you guys see I like to shop, right? If that wasn't clear. So these are some souvenirs that I was able to obtain when I was traveling. The first thing I'll sisal in the presentation as one of the main exports of Tanzania and also in Rwanda. So sisal is like this rough plant. You can't eat it, you can't build a house with it. What do? Well, you can make beautiful artwork, and this is a basket that was made, and as you see, like braided with the top, so you don't lose the top, it doesn't fall off, and it's a deep basket. You can put anything in it. And what's so interesting about this, now this one is made for display, but baskets like these can be made watertight. You can pour, the women weave them so tightly, and you can pour water in here, and it will actually hold water like a plastic bottle or glass or something. So this is one of the things that, again, you might not be able to eat sisal, but you can trade it, you can get, you can make money, you can sell things, and it's a part of the economy.
And the lady that made that has her name.
Yes, oh, that's true. I'm glad you said that. This was a gift to my mom, so she knows. So, and I went and I bought these. I actually bought this in what's called a reconciliation village. So after the genocide in 1994, there were of course courts and trials and things that were held. And there were these villages that were made because everybody in the entire nation was affected by the war between the Hutu and the Tutsis when they were fighting. And so they have what are called reconciliation villages, where people who were known to murder the family members of certain people were brought together with the victims' families, and they were not made to live together, but chose to live together. That's part of the Kagame mystique, that he created these things, that they chose to live together because they said we're countrymen and we're brothers and we're sisters under the same flag and under the same banner, and most of them under the same religion. And we will have to learn to work together and trust each other and build together our own nation. And so in the reconciliation villages, part of rebuilding the community, again, is economic advancement. And so that's why we will purchase baskets and things like this. And the name of the woman who wove this basket was Muko Kayonge Konetu.
Say that.
Now it's a little bit different from our names, but I kept that because I just think that that's so important, and I think that is a very brave thing to do. It's very brave to trust one another. Something else, again, is the necklaces that you see are actually made of, they're made of recycled materials. So as you see, I have fabric here that I bought. But of course, once you make a dress or you make a suit or you make a bedspread or whatever you're going to make out of fabric, you have little scrap pieces left. So what do they do with them? They ball up the scrap pieces, they wrap similar cloth around them, and they put beads and string them together, and they make beautiful jewelry. And I've actually worn some of these necklaces that you see here. And so these with the cylindrical pattern are the ones from Rwanda, and they're of all different colors. These are made of clay. They just take clay. Rwanda has very red clay like South Carolina. If you walk down the street, it's red clay like South Carolina. And so what they do is they bake the clay, like they roll it into balls and they bake the clay and they make jewelry out of it. And so this is jewelry that they painted as well. So those are a few of the pieces from Rwanda, and then the rest of the fabric that you see is from Tanzania. And every country has its own different type of fabric. So if you went to West Africa, if you went a few nations over, the patterns and the cloth will be totally different. But these cloths that you see in the dress that I had made are all Tanzanian fabric. So those are just a few of the things that I got. And oh gosh, y'all, this is used. My mom wanted me to show you the pot holder I got her. Now, of all the gifts that I have bought her all around the world, Tanzania, Rwanda, Italy, all these places, I bought her this great soap, handmade soap. Y'all, this was 5 years ago. It's still in the wrapper. She drank the tea. We knew she would do that, but she wanted me to show the pot holder because, again, it's made of recycled materials. If you all remember, like glass bottles, sodas, and drinks and things like that, how they have that top, they don't throw anything away. underneath the cloth these are the metal bottle tops like you would find on a Fanta or a Coca-Cola drink. And I don't know how they do it, but they cover them in again, similar fabric scraps, sew them down, and they made a pot holder. As you can see, it is well worn and used and not close to breaking at all. So she said it won't tear up. So, you know, quality goods that you would think, you know, out of nothing comes so much. So, you know, and I think it just goes to show that, you know, how much God can use you out of anything. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to look great, and people don't have to think anything of it. But when it comes together, when you let him use you, this is what it can be. Something nobody can tear up. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Praise the Lord.